Hey, it's Dan McDonald here, the artist formerly known as Life Regenerator on YouTube. They took my channel away. We'll talk about that some other time. Today I've got a really cool recipe for you, one of the best living food recipes ever. But before I do, we're having our annual Christmas sale. So I put together a really cool bundle of my 5 best selling classes online, regenerateyourlife.org, so that for the people who want to get started or increase their knowledge of the raw and living foods, we'll go into the philosophy here in a minute when I share this recipe, you can pick that up right now on my website, regenerateyourlife.org, and what you get is the raw kitchen essentials. That's about a 2.5 hour long class where I go through the whole thing, all the kitchen tools and the spices and all the different accoutrements that go along with a raw living foods diet. And that is very helpful because it's nice to know all the different various assets that help you to succeed in fresh, whole, organic, raw, and living foods program. Secondarily, I have Detox Mastery. I think that was my second best-selling DVD, next to Lose a Pound a Day, the healthy way with fruits and vegetables. Still stand by that. You can melt away all this junk, but you have to have the right knowledge. And it is rare, rare, rare indeed. And as I continue on this path, it just falls away, but it just keeps on going, 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 all the way to the top of the mountain. And I bless you with that too, if you want to have that. Detox Mastery is a protocol. So you follow the protocol, you do the juices, you do the detox, and all the junk and the sludge and the slime and the filth falls out of your tissues, and you get hydrated and motivated and illuminated with Detox Mastery by removing the obstructions to health. Blending Mastery, that's how you do the smoothies and the dressings and the soups. Then you got Juicing Mastery. Been juicing every day for 30 years. I'm a liquidarian. People call them juice fasts. I just call it a liquid diet. Been doing it for 30 years. I'm going to make another juice right here today for you. It's the best. The other thing is it's totally free. Anyways, around here, but you can always find things. There are always 2 or 3 sorts of food wherever you are in the world. Apples, blackberries, peaches, plums, pears, coconuts. There's something. That's how nature works. There's always something, and that food is the living food that connects you to nature right now in the present moment. And you can use those apples or cherries to cleanse out your body because that's what they're there for. But we've lost the knowledge. We live in the cities. We breathe in the smoke. We live in the concrete jungle. We lose connection to nature, and then we forget about everything. And right now we see it. Humanity has forgotten what it's like. And so there's a movement, a very small sliver of people want to stay organic. The rest is going to go with the AI, the technology, and the genetic modification and the transhumanism. I, myself, am going down the organic human route, still have all my organs, all my glands, all my teeth, no metal implants. And so that's an amazing thing this day. And I'm on no pharmaceutical drugs. And I haven't been altered genetically. So that's a pretty big deal, and that's what I'm recommending to everyone. I know it sounds a little crazy to say all that, but you know, it's really cool to stay because the laws are not going to change. Society's going to change, but the laws of nature are not going to change. So my recommendation to everyone is to get the information that you need to align yourself with the laws of nature because they're not going to change. We have to change to align ourselves with nature. Then we can have harmony, then we can have peace, then we can have energy, then we can have health. Finally, my last, the 5th class is transitioning to raw. That's just on how to go from, you know, standard American or whatever trip you're on to get yourself to learn how to consume fresh, whole, organic, real food, whole food. Been doing that for about 22 years, almost 23. So I'm very fortunate because I just gave up sugar, you know, and I just gave up all the packaged processed foods, and it's made a huge difference in life and consciousness, you know. Finally, what I've got is I'm finally, for the first time ever, offering the Living Foods recipe book separate from the Living Foods Transformational Program, which is $97 year-round. This is going to be included in this Christmas sale bundle. This has 300 recipes, you know, juices, blending, entrees, soups, salads, desserts. Can you dig it? Really good stuff. Really great to have that. What you do, it's a digital download. And then what you get to do is go to the printing store and print that off. And then you have it on the counter and you open it and you say, oh, butternut curry wraps. Can you dig it? And if I wanted to, I could use this pumpkin for that same thing. I made butternut squash spaghetti. That's in here too. All raw. Spicy Thai almond rolls, DTM power wraps, the stroganoff. Can you dig it? I mean, just good stuff. Those are the entrees. There's the smoothies. And just, you know, diabetes blood sugar regulator with string beans in it. You know what I'm saying? Like all the little tricks over the years that I've learned from reading hundreds of books on health. So the Living Foods recipe book is available too. And I've also got a bonus video, the cathartic release, the rebellious act of speaking the truth, which has gotten me in trouble. I wasn't just censored the last couple years since the pandemic. I had always had trouble because I was trying to tell people how to eliminate cancer, you know what I'm saying? How to eliminate diabetes. But see, it's a huge market, the sickness industry. So they hate people like me because I teach you just to go to the farmer's market, go outside, simple, plain, basic, common sense, alignment with nature and your GI tract and your brain and the laws of the universe, and align yourself with that, and then all the diseases just go away. See what I'm saying? So if you get healthy, then you don't have any diseases. So one could almost say that health is the cure for all disease, but nobody ever talks about that. And I get a little frustrated because it's absolutely ridiculous. And that's how I know all these three-letter agencies are fraud. And the whole thing is a fraud scam because they're not stupid. You see what I'm saying? You can't be messing with their racket. So a dude like me is very similar to one of my mentors, Hilton Hotima, who had to change his name and move here and move there because they always eliminate the ones who are really telling the truth about how you can end so that you don't have to be on pharmaceutical drugs. You don't have to get your organs cut out. You don't have to be sick and on pills. I know that sounds crazy because the whole world is on pills and everyone's on drugs. You know, not everyone, but I mean just stimulants and stuff like that. But if you eat the living food, you'll have energy. Now, we're going to go into a Living Foods recipe today so that you can understand that philosophy. But the rebellious act of speaking the truth is just an hour-long bonus video about where I've been, what I've been doing, and a little bit about the YouTube, but mostly about what really, really matters to me, which I'm not sure if I really want to go that direction today or anytime soon. But that is on the bonus video there that also goes along with this Christmas sale bundle for those of you that want to either give a Christmas present, which is access to some of my classes on my website, or if you want to buy yourself a Christmas present, or you want to prepare for the new year and get stoked, because I'll tell you, 22 years later, I am thoroughly convinced of the efficacy of simplicity. The king's disease. Everyone's got the king's disease. What's the king's disease? Because the king was the only one that could afford to eat so much, stuff himself. Now we've got the chemicals, the processed foods, the endocrine disruptors, all of it. I mean, I could talk about it forever. You know what I'm saying? But so it's simple, plain, basic, wholesome, organic foods. You eat like a peasant, and you learn to appreciate the simplicity of a coconut. One of the purest, cleanest foods on earth. Same thing with an orange. One of the purest, cleanest foods on earth. Nothing gets inside. So what's inside there is pure, wholesome, vibrant, alive, fresh. Okay? Now let me explain the difference between living foods and raw foods and mucusless foods versus cooked foods, processed foods, real quick. And we're going to do this really cool recipe. So to get the Christmas sale bundle, it's $47, which is like nothing for this level of education to transform your life. If you get the DTM download, I'm not hooting and hollering. I'm talking about my mentors. They gave it all to me. The grace of the one that I call God is just there, and it's the best thing there is. It's the huge whole thing, and it's the real true treasure of all that is. And you get there through the sattvic, simple, plain foods because you're not congested and blocked up and clogged up and all your endocrine glands are all screwy and your head's all screwed up because everything in the market that isn't in the produce section or at the farmer's market or that you grow yourself is fractionated. And it's disorganized, and then you become disorganized. But then when you get organized from eating the organized foods from the subtle organizational energy fields in plain, natural, simple, wholesome foods, because if you cut fruit open, it's always stars. A pineapple, you cut that in the middle, star, geometric patterns. Mango's not so much. The mango is just a ball of pure sunlight ecstasy. I mean, just cut this open, pure ecstasy. Okay, I also got some mangosteens, $3 a piece. Okay, but the lady, she's letting me borrow her kitchen today. She loves mangosteens, so I just got those, and I'm going to present those to her for letting me borrow the kitchen here. I'll fill everybody in later on what's going on, living in the tent, living in the back of a car, whatever. The YouTube thing hit me really hard. When they took me away, I went from rolling to strolling. Can you dig it? So I'm going to try to make a bounce back. But I've started at zero a couple times before. I've had a few times where they just knocked me off the box. The cops towed my van. I lived in the van. They took all my tools, and I didn't have the $500 to get it out. So then I was really homeless for a couple of years. But anyways, it's all good, man. I don't sweat that stuff because I got faith. I got faith. I got faith. I got faith. I got so much faith. That's what I live on. That's the real true power is faith and love. And they're the same exact thing. Can you dig it? And those things lead to peace. You see what I'm saying? You don't even need anything, man. You're just so filled with the treasure of life that it overflows from your heart. And you're so grateful. It doesn't even matter that all the outside world is falling apart because when one door closes, another one opens. And so you got to just let the old die. You know, I don't know if the old is dying. You know what I'm saying? I can't be what I was before, but there's a similar, I mean, this is like riding a bike. It's not like I'm going to forget. But anyways, I was going to be quick, but I enjoy this. You know, I really do enjoy this, you know, if I feel like I'm in the mood for it. But when I have to force myself to do it, that's when it started to kind of suck. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool, man. Today, I just want to give thanks to Ricky Breslin and Marquetta Breslin for having hella patience with me and stuff and being my business partner and Phil and everything because I've been having a really hard time. You know, I didn't really want to go into that either. But it's just because that's what it needs to do to refine you. So when you're a lump of coal and God wants to turn you into a diamond, you might go down to the pits of hopeless hell. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll have to even surrender that. Like, okay, life is hopeless forevermore. There's no hope. There's no anything, and you just surrender that too, and then like this little crack of light comes in at the end of the tunnel. It was the craziest thing ever, man. But hopeless hell for all of eternity is a place where you can go, but it's only a part of the journey. You know what I'm saying? So do not be afraid and have courage on any journey, with the health journey, with the spiritual journey, with the financial journey, with the relationship journey. Have courage, have faith, keep moving along, but remember the core of the being. That's why I was going to be real quick, and I never wear a shirt, so I'm so hot. That is absolutely insane. But I got a recipe here, and I was talking for a mile a minute, but I love you guys, and I love everyone, and I love everything, even the people that are trying to do the things that aren't cool. I won't even say any key words or anything like that, but they're trying to do things that aren't cool. I don't fall for any of it because I can read the book before they even start. I know their next plan always. I'm 2 steps ahead. But not everyone is, so you got to keep your blood clean. That's why a recipe like this, I went and just picked some grass about 10 minutes ago. So this is living food. Can you dig it? So by the way, pick up the bundle right now. There's a little green button somewhere. Do your thing, you know what I'm saying? And then you'll find it, and then you'll be stoked, and then you watch the classes. Those of you who have bought the classes, you go watch them because, yes, it might take time, but if you keep inundating your mind, this living food thing is for real, dude, because I'm telling you, it's the living food that gives you energy. It's the space between the meals that heals you. Don't forget. That's why everyone is wrong. No offense. They're all doing a good job. Some people are trying to get you off like the junk food. So they're moving people along. But when you want to get to the final frontier and you want to climb to the top of the mountain and you want a 360-degree panoramic view of what true health really is, crawling up your spine. But there's also phases in the journey too where the health is kind of simple and easy, really. Not easy, but simple. But then if you have the spiritual component too, then you have to be kind of destroyed sometimes. So it might not be that easy. So don't get mad at me if it's not like rainbows, unicorns, and butterflies the whole time. You're going to have to face the false to get to the true. And you might get destroyed, and you know the world will not understand you because they don't like the truth. The world hates the truth. And that's okay. I love it because it's the only thing that can set you free. And freedom is the tenet for this life. It always was. Back on the street when I was homeless, I knew I was free because freedom was more important than some crappy-ass job to get some crappy-ass apartment where I didn't really want to live with a bunch of crappy-ass roommates doing a bunch of crappy-ass drugs. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. That's enough of that. God bless you. So I got 3 coconuts that I just picked this morning. So what does that mean? That means that these are living coconuts, okay? I got to get a knife. Now, what's the difference between living food? Living food, the real true living food is pluck and eat. You go to your garden, you pluck it, you eat it. That's living food. Wheatgrass, living food. Fruit on the tree, these ones right here are particularly, these are nectar bomb oranges. Unbelievable. But what you've got is when you pluck and eat, that's the living food that gets you in tune with reality. And it's also the clean, plain, sattvic food that doesn't stimulate the mind but nourishes it. So all the food is so stimulating that everyone's going up and down, up and down, up and down. Then you're going to coffee, and then the down, and then the up. And then what you want is like these nourishing sattvic foods so you can meditate. And that's what I did spend the last year doing, is meditation. So everyone poo-poos on the meditation, but that's because they're at the certain level of mental consciousness, but not quite at the level of the spiritual consciousness where you sit there with the heart, and it's the most best thing there is. It doesn't even matter if it's a bad meditation. It's still awesome because you're sitting with the one that you love, that is the one that is love, that is your true self. And it's the kingdom of heaven within you. So when you sit there and you learn to still the mind and you learn to go into the core and the heart and the essence of your being, then dude, you don't need anything else. It's cool to have like stuff and have food and clothes and places to live and stuff like that. But if you don't have that stuff, you still have the treasure. Never let anyone take your treasure. And that's always what the underlords are trying to do, is take everyone's light, take everyone's treasure, because they don't have any of their own. That's why I feel sorry for all them. All those trillionaires and billionaires. I know people that have hundreds of millions of dollars and they're miserable. It's not enough. Imagine that. That is crazy. Anyhow, I'm going on a rant and a raving, but it's always going to be the DTM thing. Get to the point, bro. But I'm just saying, with the living foods, now let's see. I don't know if this is going to pop, but I just got this off the tree. I got to do it down here. Sorry about this whole thing. I couldn't. It's just, I got a deal here. I just made the best out of it, with what I got. I'm going to try to bounce back and find my own thing and do this thing, because I really believe that the people could do well to start eating more natural, plain, simple, wholesome foods. They just don't do that. Nobody does it. They go on the airplane, they eat the stuff. It's like, no wonder nobody's brain works, or they don't have any connection to life or anything like that. But these coconuts, see, I went all the way out of my way. I already had a trunk full of coconuts. See what I'm saying? But I went out of my way just for you today to go get coconuts. What I have is this bamboo pole. So I've got my little coconut patch. And if I don't feel like climbing, which I didn't have time because I had to go to the market this morning to get pineapples, I just take this bamboo stick and knock a few freshies off. That way I got the living vibration, because what happens is within about 24 hours, it loses the champagne, okay? 72 hours, it's no longer really a living food, it's more of a raw food, see? So you've got the living food, which is the aliveness, which is what this grass is, because I just picked it like 15 minutes ago. I went out, down to the field, picked this grass. That's going to go into this recipe here. And these coconuts are also free because I just knock them out of the tree or I climb. And this is also the living food, because when it's connected to the earth and it's charging up through the tree and the branches are picking up on the solar radiations, then you have a living food because you have an electrical current. And that's the thing that gives you the quickening of the blood. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that gives you the quickening of the blood. I've been loud as hell around here, screaming like a madman. So anyways, so I'm just going to be real quick, because I'm just, really blessed to use this kitchen today and make a fuss. So I should have remembered to shut that door, but I didn't. So anyhow, thank you for spending time with me today. So what I've got is some coconut water here. And I'm just always like, I'm really trying to get myself back together here. And when I do, then I can find an environment where I can really relax and make some cool videos again. But it's all good because I'm blessed. And this is the grass that I just picked. And so the grass is the living food as well. And it's the electricity in the living foods that gives you life. And everything else takes it away. So we use food as a modulator. And we can't handle the energy. As human beings, we can't handle the energy of living food anymore. It cleans our gut too fast. We wake up to all the stuff we don't want to look at. And, it's really good to wake up to all the things you don't want to look at. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad because my friend, she's really private and she's really working hard right now on something. And I just really needed to use her kitchen to do this. So I'm very, very grateful. I'm always really, really grateful. And someday soon, I'm going to have a little sanctuary where I can make videos and stuff and whatnot. So, but anyways, I'm over on the Elite Video Club, though. I make a lot of videos outside and stuff of just me going around and doing all the little things around here to just little bonus videos. So that's the Elite Video Club. And then I've also got a Christmas Eve hangout. Anybody that wants to hang out with DTM, check in. Usually the classes I do classes and hangouts, and they're usually about 3 hours each. So you can ask me any questions you want. And when you join the Elite Video Club, you also get, don't put too much, because this grass is tough. But if you join the Elite Video Club, you also get half-price consultations. That's basically how I've been making it is, oh, I knew that was going to happen if I got too excited. Don't ruin my game today, baby. Don't ruin my game. I'm trying to reverse it. I got too excited. That happens. This is really hardcore grass. So we may have to call it good. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Almost. It wants to. Oh. Come on, baby. The green star is awesome to be able to do that. But that's unfortunate that I got a little too ahead of myself because I was going to just do one at a time. That's how you really got to do it. And it might almost. Oh. There it is. That's backwards. And now, gosh, dang it. Okay, well, that's going to have to be good enough for the video for today. But I mean, I still only have just a little bit left. But come on. It will almost go. But the cool thing about the green star is that you can do, like, I do this coconut cream, and then I make this coconut cheese. And you can do like ice cream and pates and stuff. So the green star does stuff that the other juicers won't. Sorry that it's a little bit of a crazy video today, but I'm just trying to make my best. I haven't had a place where I can really just, boom it out and be myself, because I get kind of loud and rambunctious and excited and all that stuff. But it's all right. We cool. So I got the, we'll strain this. It's just a little bit. It's about 2 ounces. Which is really actually the appropriate amount. So we're in good shape. And then that's the end of it. And then you've got your little, that is a living tonic. And I was thinking about putting together a class for the website on just all of my tonics, like a liquid tonic. So I have some really cool stuff that I've come up with over the last year when I was living on the mainland. So let me get a little thingamajigger here if I can even find one. And all of my jars are actually busy right now. So I'm just going to stir this up and we'll call that good. I know the energy's a little bit funky from the video, but I'm trying to just stay on point around here. I'm not going to try to explain what's going on, but it's been a great time. I thank you so much. If you want to go get the bundle for the Christmas, check that out at regenerateyourlife.org. I'm always consistently over at the Patreon. That's the Elite Video Club. There'll be a link down below or somewhere for that. You can find me Life Regenerator on Patreon, and that's the only place I've been able to, because I just kept getting in trouble everywhere I went, you know what I'm saying? So just because the truth, man. And I think everyone should know what it is so that you can live a healthy life. And if you fall prey to what's going on, you know, the psyop, it's going to be real bad for you, you know, real bad. Because right now people need this right now more than ever because of their blood and the cancer rates and everything is exploding after 2020, 2021 and 2022 and all that's gone on and taken place. And now every kind of sickness, disease, and illness is skyrocketing for obvious reasons to those that know what's going on. And so this is the remedy, you know, is the purification of your blood, and the living foods is the quickening of the blood, and it's the bloodstream, that's the river of life, that's going to emulsify all the wax and the grease and the sludge and the slime and the fermented biofilms of starches and fake food that's not real, because humanity just left off. They left the Garden of Eden. I'm telling you, you can go back, the whole shirt and all that stuff. I'm going to go right now with my homie, pick some sugar cane, which is another kind of grass. We're going to juice that. And all I do is get high on liquids all day and do hella cool stuff for anyone that I can anywhere, and just live a life of service, you know, and just thank God and thank the trees and thank the birds and thank the bugs and thank all the ants and the centipedes crawling all over me when I'm up in a coconut tree, and I clean the coconut trees and then I give the coconuts away, and it's just a great life, you know. And I eat the pineapples because that's the high vibration that cleans you out, makes you taste good, smell good, and everything else. So clean out the colon, clear out your mind, purify your heart as best you can. I mean, believe me, I might sound like I'm doing whatever, but believe me, it's been a hell of a run. And never give up. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you don't understand, you got to have faith that the one that is love is inside of you, and it is you. And it might be just refining your ego, taking you from a lump of coal and turning you into a diamond. And whatever it takes. And you got to have that attitude, and the world will never understand. So have faith in yourself. Have faith in the journey, and keep your eye at the top of the mountain. You want that 360 panoramic view of the highest intelligence and the highest love and the infinite peace. So let's see how this is. Oh, bro. Come on, baby, give it to me. Bummer. I would love to finish that. A little bit of grass. But hey, 30 minutes, I was going to try to do 5 or 7. Even though I'm not the Life Regenerator anymore, I still kind of act like it, don't I? With the ranting and raving about all kinds of stuff. But, you know, I'm just stoked. After just dipping down into the pits of hell. I never stopped meditating. I never stopped believing. I never stopped working at it. I kept on believing, even though, it's just, whew. Okay? Thank you for everything we've ever experienced together. Now more than ever, I believe in the living foods, and the raw foods, and the mucusless foods. And anyone can eat anything they want, and I will make it for them, and I will not judge anyone. I'm just saying my job is to promote the fresh, whole, natural, plain foods without labels. Can you dig it? Oranges, avocados, mangosteens, oranges, you know, cacao if you like to get a buzz, tomatoes, papayas, you know, and the fresh greens and everything else. 30 minutes is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll look forward to some video somewhere. We'll catch up on Facebook or something, or the website, the Elite Video Club, the Insiders Club. I'll see you soon. I'm out. By the way, this is spectacular. 30 minutes. Peace.